9 o'clock p.m., Amara found herself at the gate of Marcy Okonkwo, the richest girl in school. Marcy's father was a politician. Her house was a mansion with electric gates and armed guards. Amara had never been here. She and Marcy had been friends once, in primary school, before the divide of wealth became a chasm. But desperation makes bridges of impossible things. The gate opened. Marcy stood there in silk pajamas, phone in hand, perfectly manicured, eyebrows raised. Amara, from the village. What do you want? My grandmother. Hospital. I need 70,000 naira. I'll pay back double. I'll do anything. Marcy laughed, then stopped, studying Amara's tear-stained, desperate face. Come in. The sitting room was a cathedral of wealth. Chandeliers, leather sofas, a television larger than Amara's entire house. 3 other girls lounged there: Tina, Zara, and Blessing, all older, all wearing the expensive lace and Brazilian hair that marked them as big girls. She needs 70,000 for her witch grandmother, Marcy announced, amused. Where do you expect us to get that? Tina sneered. Please, Amara begged. Any amount. I'll work. Her eyes fell on a box on the table. Stacks of naira notes, bound in bank wrappers. More money than she could imagine. Marcy followed her gaze. Her expression hardened. You think you can just take that? You said you had no money. Get out, Marcy said, but Blessing intervened. Wait, she's what, 13? Youngest among us. Fresh, untouched, she circled Amara like a predator. You want to know how we make money, little village girl, how we afford these phones, these bags, these lives? Amara didn't answer, but she didn't run. One night, Marcy said softly, seductively. One night with the right man, and you could make 100,000. Maybe more. I don't understand, Amara replied. Men pay for freshness, for innocence. Marcy's smile was sharp as broken glass. I'll take you to a hotel, introduce you to some friends. You do what they want, and I'll give you half, 50,000. The rest, find it yourself. But I need 70,000 naira. Then use the door, Marcy said in anger. Amara thought of Neoma alone in that hospital bed. She thought of Mr. Peter Hans, of her uncle's gate slamming, of 70,000 naira that might as well be 70 million. Okay, she whispered. They dressed her like a doll, a red dress 2 sizes too small, heels she couldn't walk in, makeup that made her look 20. Amara stared at the stranger in the mirror and felt her soul detach, floating somewhere near the ceiling. You're beautiful, Marcy lied. Any man would pay fortune for you. At 11 o'clock p.m., a black SUV collected them. The driver, Emmanuel, was handsome in a dangerous way, his eyes finding Amara in the rearview mirror and lingering too long. New merchandise? He asked Marcy. Fresh from the village. Shy type. Might need encouragement. They drove to the Golden Crown Hotel, a glittering tower in the city center where money flowed like water and morals were checked at the door. Inside a private suite, 4 men waited. Older men. Married men. Men with the hungry eyes Amara was learning to recognize. Drink, one offered, pressing champagne into her hand. No. Thank you. Eat? No. While Marcy, Tina, and the others melted into the crowd, dancing, laughing, disappearing into rooms with men. Amara sat frozen on a velvet couch, a statue of terror in a dress of sin. Then Matthew approached, younger than the others, clean-shaven, kind eyes that reminded her painfully of the brother she never had. Hey, beautiful. You look lost. She stared at him, silent. I'm Matthew. And you are? Nothing. Are you available tonight? He asked gently. No. The word exploded from her. Too loud, too desperate. I'm not available. I'm not for sale. I don't know why I'm here. I just need money for my grandmother, please. Just leave me alone. Matthew stepped back, confused. Marcy materialized from nowhere, fury twisting her pretty face. "What are you doing?"
"She's crying," Matthew said. "She doesn't want."
"Shut up." Marcy grabbed Amara's arm, nails digging in.
"Do you want your grandmother to die? Is that it?"
"Because you're acting like a child." "I am a child," Amara screamed.
The room went silent.
The music seemed to stop every I turned to them. "Get them out," the hotel manager ordered, security already moving. Now, they were dragged to the street, Marcy cursing, Tina spitting, Amara weeping. Emmanuel loaded the other girls into his SUV. Then turned to Amara with disgust. "You wasted my time. My fuel. Get lost, please," Amara begged, clinging to Marcy's window. "I'll do it. Whatever you want. Just don't leave me here." Marcy rolled up the window. The SUV peeled away, leaving Amara alone on the sidewalk. The city had transformed into something alien, neon lights reflecting off wet pavement, shadows that moved with purpose, silence broken by distant sirens and closer, more sinister sounds. Amara walked. She didn't know where. Her feet bled in the too big heels. The red dress offered no warmth against the night chill. Two figures emerged from an alley ahead, men in black, moving with the coordinated intent of predators who had spotted prey. Amara ran. She ran until her lungs burned, until the heels broke and she kicked them off, until the city became a blur of fear and asphalt. She ran past closed shops, past sleeping beggars, past a church with its doors locked against the night. Finally, she collapsed beneath a streetlight that flickered like a dying star, alone, utterly alone, and she wept not for herself, but for Neoma, who might already be dead, for the innocence she had nearly sacrificed, for a world that demanded such impossible choices from a child. "Grandma," she whispered to the empty street. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Above her, the light flickered once more and went out. What happens next? Will Amara find salvation in the darkness? Will Neoma survive the night? And what price must be paid for justice in a world that preys on the powerless? Subscribe for more.